Not Lou, and it's not going to last. Good morning, everybody. Today, the forecast is a wet and windy one, but it's not as cold a start to the day as it has been in recent days or recent mornings, apart from across the far north of Scotland, where temperatures are still below freezing for some of us. But for the rest of the UK, we're pretty much well into high single figures already. Don't be fooled though, there's more frost coming as we go through the course of this week. So wet and windy for most of us after a dry and a bright start in eastern areas. The low pressure bringing all the rain, already producing heavy rain in Northern Ireland, and it's going to continue to journey eastwards through the course of the day, eradicating this lovely bright start with some sunshine as we saw. Hanging on to the bright skies though across the northeast of Scotland with just one or two showers, and the rain not getting into the far southeast of England till later in the day. Easing in Northern Ireland, as it pulls away, we'll be left with some showers. Now these black circles represent the strength of the gusts of wind. So as you can see, pretty gusty day, particularly across southern areas and especially around the coasts of Wales and also southern England. Temperature-wise, below par for the time of year, 6 to 12 degrees, should be roughly 14 to 17 north to south. But one thing you'll notice is the pollen levels are low to moderate, and we're still talking tree pollen. Now, as we head on through the evening and overnight, there goes the rain, the heaviest of the rain. Behind it, though, there'll be a rash of showers, still wintry in the hills in the north, and those are our temperatures. Everybody above freezing. You might find some pockets in the north where the temperature does sink, but for most, it's not going to be a frosty night. It will still be pretty windy though first thing in the morning. The wind's easing through the course of the day. Still a lot of showers and quite a cloudy day tomorrow as well, with wintriness on the tops of the hills and the mountains in the north. Temperatures still below average for this stage in May, 6 in the north to 13 as we push down towards the south. Now into Wednesday, you can see how the low pressure drifts away, but that opens the gates to more of a northerly wind, so still remaining cold. But on Wednesday, there'll be more sunshine around. Still wintriness in the hills, mind you, and we'll see further showers develop as we go through the course of the day. But the wind won't be as strong, but it will be coming from that chilly direction. So we're looking at 7 to 12 degrees as our maximum temperatures. Then into Thursday, we've got a system coming in across, we think, southern areas. Now, the positioning of this could well change, but it looks at the moment like southern counties south of the M4 corridor will see some rain. Move north of that, drier and brighter with some sunshine. But temperatures, look at them, 8 in Lerwick, 11 in Glasgow to 12 as we push down towards London. What about looking in towards the weekend? Well, you can see low pressure moves away, but just waiting in the wings. It looks very much like there's another area of low pressure coming our way, which could once again introduce some thicker cloud, some heavy rain and stronger winds. But Friday, with this little bump of ridge of high pressure, isn't looking too bad at this stage. Lou and John.
Thank you.
At this stage,
Pleasure.
like that.
Good change.
Now,
Thanks
Dame
for that
Mary.
one, Lou. It certainly will. I don't want to ruin the lovely experience. I'm so looking forward to it. But this morning, well, the weather for some of us in central and eastern areas, it's a lovely start to the day. However, we've got wet and windy conditions already in the west, and they are going to be moving eastwards through the course of the day, courtesy of this area of low pressure. So some heavy and prolonged spells of rain. So eastern areas, some central areas starting off on a bright note. A little bit of cloud building through the course of the morning. We'll see some showers ahead of the rain coming in through Wales, northwest England, still heavy across Northern Ireland at the moment, and getting in towards southern and southwestern Scotland. For the rest of Scotland, largely dry, and we'll hang on to largely dry and sunny conditions across the northeast, bar one or two showers, which in the tops of the mountains could be wintry. So you can see the progress that the rain is making, not getting into East Anglia and the far southeast of England until much later on in the day. Brightening up in Northern Ireland, but there will still be showers and gusty winds really wherever you are. These black circles represent the strength of the gusts, and especially strong across the coast of Wales and also southern England. Now these are our temperatures today, 6 in Lerwick to 13 in London. The average at this time of year is roughly 14 in Edinburgh to about 17 in London, so we are well below. Now, through this evening and overnight, the bulk of the rain clears off into the North Sea. There'll be a plethora of showers following on behind. It will still be windy, especially through the English Channel. Still wintry showers, but the snow level coming down to about 300 metres overnight. But look at the temperatures. We've been so used to overnight frosts. We might well see a touch of frost in the far north, but the rest of us should be frost-free. But don't be fooled. There's more frost in the cards this week. Lou and John.
Thank you, Carl. Giving you warnings about when we're doing line of duty. I think we need to give weather warnings
frost
this
warnings
morning,
as
don't
well.
we?
Thank you.
Spoilers for that.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Blue skies
You
as
might
well.
remember just
Good.
over.
Yes, indeed. Some of us are starting off like this, John. Good morning, everybody. But I want to show you last year, just to depress you, basically. Look at this. 24.5, we've rounded up to 25, was the temperature in the early mid-bank holiday last year in Kew Gardens. This year, it's more likely to be 13 degrees. What a drop, and a lot more cloud. In fact, the forecast for today is a wet and a windy one, courtesy of this area of low pressure moving in from the west and drifting eastwards as we go through the day. Now, it won't arrive in the far north of Scotland. Here you'll hang on to the sunshine, a few showers. Some of those could be wintry in the tops of the mountains, and it won't get into the far southeast of England till later on in the day. But it will clear Northern Ireland. You'll be left with sunshine and blustery showers, and some of this rain will be heavy, and also prolonged spells of rain. Now, these black circles represent the wind gusts, so pretty windy really wherever you are, but particularly so along the coasts of Wales and also southern England. Temperature wise, nothing to write home about. We're looking at 6 in the north to 13 in the south. Roughly in Edinburgh, it should be 14 at this time of year, and it should be about 17 in London, so quite a difference. The pollen levels, though, might be a consolation. Tree pollen still prevalent. We're looking at low to moderate levels today. Now, through this evening and overnight, there goes the rain, whipping off into the North Sea. A plethora of showers follow on behind. The snow level drops to about 300 metres. It will still be windy, the strongest winds through the English Channel. But with all this going on, hardly surprisingly, the temperatures aren't going to fall away too far. Now, most of us won't see a frost. You might just in some sheltered glens in Scotland, but that will be about it. So tomorrow we start off still on this windy note. Here's the centre of the low pressure, the showers still moving around it, but through the day the wind will slowly start to moderate. But there will be a lot of showers left, and tomorrow will be fairly cloudy, and some of those showers will still be wintry on the tops of the hills. 6 in Lerwick, 13 in London, Plymouth, Cardiff, and 12 in St Helier. Now, during the course of Tuesday evening and into Wednesday morning, that low pressure drifts off, and you can see a straight northerly coming our way. That's a cold direction. But on Wednesday, there will be more sunshine than we're looking at on Tuesday, or today for that matter. But there will still be showers. Some of those showers will be wintry on the tops of the mountains, and temperatures will still be below average for early May. Then, as we move on into Thursday, looks like we've got a little system just flirting with the south of England. Looks like we could see some rain for a time south of the M4 corridor. The positioning of this can still change. For the rest of the UK, well, we're looking at a mixture of sunshine or bright spells and still some showers. And temperatures, well, they're really bad this week, aren't they? They're really low for the time of year. We're looking at 8 in Lerwick to about 12 as we move down towards London. As we head through Friday and into the weekend, you can see what's happening. So we've got a temporary ridge of high pressure during Friday. Things settle down a touch. But then just in time for the weekend, it looks like we've got our next area of low pressure coming our way, bringing more wet and windy weather with it. But again, that's a long way off, and that could still change. Lou and John.
Thank you.
Oh, we need a time machine, don't we, to go back to 12 months ago?
Oh, wouldn't that be nice?
In some ways.
Yes.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Thanks, Carol.
Weather at least. 8:54.
As